What's up, everybody? Fearless Front coming back at you again, and today we're doing a little update on the Murray mudding mower. So here's the Murray you guys all know and love, and the only thing I really don't like about this, or the main thing I don't like about this, is these front tires, and there's multiple reasons for that. Number one, they stick out the sides too far. You can't really see, but they actually stick out like 2 inches past the rear tires. And number two, this one always goes flat, which sucks. And number three, no tread. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So we're going to switch out these tires for some new ones. So here's the new set of wheels. And these are actually, they're bushing, but they have grease fittings in them, which is sweet. My old rims do not have grease fittings. So I'll be able to service these without having to remove them. They're an 8-inch rim. These tires are Carlisle, and they are just brutally destroyed. Actually, I think these were the original tires on Paul's MTD, the green one. They're Turf Max, and they are 16 inches tall, 6.5 inches wide, 8-inch rim, like I said, which is a little more narrow than my original tires that are on the front, which is what I wanted. But these tires ain't going to do me much good, so they're going to go. So here's the tires they're getting replaced with. These are the Carlisle, I think they're called like ITP tires or something like that. They're 18 inches tall, like my old ones. 6.5 inches wide, so they're a little bit more narrow, and they'll fit on those new wheels. And 8-inch rim, obviously. And I just got these in the mail today, and we're going to hopefully mount them on these rims, which is not an easy task. You can see I've already got the valve stems removed, so the air is all out of it. And what we're going to do to actually get these off of the rims is I got a large 4x4 post here, and we're going to basically set it on the edge of the sidewall, back the Jeep up, and break the beads. I got this piece of steel with the end bent. This thing typically works pretty good. There's one thing I don't like doing. It's mounting tires. I usually pay people to do this shit. But I figured I'd try to do it myself this time. Why? I do not know. It's got a tube in it. Hopefully that would still be good. I would use them if they were still good. I mentioned I don't like doing this. Pisses me off is you take these things somewhere and the tire warehouse guys do it in like 10 seconds and you think to yourself, why did I pay all this money to have these guys do this? I could do this. You take it home and you try to do it. It's not the same. There's two. Alright, so I got the wheels off of there. I'm probably going to clean up the insides a little bit so they're not so rusty. Go over them real quick with a wire brush. I'm not really that concerned about it. But I got the tubes here. We're going to pressure test them. This bucket of water. Just basically put them in the water, fill them up, see if any air bubbles come out. You can hear I got the air compressor in there running. These look like they're good. I might try to reuse these tubes. Okay, so the rims are wire brushed in the center. If you're doing tubes, it's really important to make sure these are pretty smooth. If you're doing tubeless, you really want to concentrate on your bead. Maybe go over them with sandpaper or wire brush and get the chunks out of there, or else you'll never get a solid seat. But now we're going to put the tubes in and see if I can get these tires mounted. If it starts to look bad, then I'm going to give up and take it to somebody because I don't want to destroy these. So actually, it's got the first one mounted, tubes in there and everything, and I thought the camera was recording, but apparently it was not. But whatever, I'm going to put some air in it, seat this bead, and we'll hope it actually holds air. trying to make sure that that tube is not chafing. It would suck if it was. Alright, valve stem's back in. She's pumped up. And good to go. Got one down, one to go. And the one thing I'll note is these tubes, they are in fact 16-inch tubes from those tires. These are, as I said before, 18-inch tires. But I really don't care. It's rubber, it stretches, it seemed to fit when I put it in there. And I run low PSIs in my tires anyways, so I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'd rather have a tube that was too small at a low PSI than a tubeless tire at a low PSI and then come up into a rock or stump, break this bead, and then be screwed out in the middle of the woods. So let's try for number 2. And this time I'll actually try to make sure I record the process. Now, I'm not a professional tire guy, so really if you don't like the process that I use to change these tires, you know, I'm sorry. I'm a backwoods mechanic. I do things the easy way. It's not necessarily the right way, but it gets done. Man, hope I don't pop this tube doing this. There we go. We got both tires mounted. I think this one that I just did, I think I might have poked a hole in it though. I did them differently. The first one, I had the tire most of the way mounted and then I stuffed the tube in the crack. This one, for some reason, I decided it would be a better idea to put the tube in first. And I think when I was going around it with that metal rod, I must have poked a hole in the tube. So that sucks. I'll probably get a new tube. I could patch it, but I'm just going to get a new one because if I'm going to take it out, I might as well put a new one in. But either way, they're mounted. I can always go buy a new tube and stick that thing in there. I'm not really that worried about it. But let's go put these on the Mud Mower Murray and see how they look. Jeez, it looks a lot different, doesn't it? The tires still stick out a little bit in the front there, but not nearly as far as they did. I drive it around, but like I said, that one right there is still flat. And the pressure over on this one is way too high, obviously. But yeah, they look a lot better there on the front of the Murray, don't they? I think they do. I'm sure I'll be able to steer a lot better in the muck with these things as well. Should get a set for the rear. But I like my rear tires. They seem to do really well. So I gotta paint those rims black to match. Got to get a tube for the other side, and then we'll be taking it for a test drive video. So there you have it, guys. New front tires on the Murray mudding mower. Not exactly how I would have liked to have happened. I would have liked bearings on the front, but it only does 12 miles an hour. I'm really not that worried about it. So stay tuned for a test drive video on this guy, and I'm sure I'm going to be covered in mud shortly. See you guys later.